What's happening, good people? It's your man Rod Regal coming at you with another Regal Rants. Today, let's deal with the LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith situation that occurred the other night. Pretty recent news. You know, it's getting a lot of traction right now. So let's check out Gil's Arena and check in with the good folks on the panel, see what they got to say, see if we can chime in. Let's go.
So let me tell you everything why LeBron had to check Stephen A. Smith over his comments about him and LeBron.
At what age are you still son? Forever. Forever, right? So how many sons get criticized in the sport? A lot, right? Because everybody got a dad, right? Every son has gotten criticized. Why is the first time we seeing this? Because it's about jumping in front of the speeding car. Jump in front of the bullet. Eric Spears says some interesting shit. He said there was a playoff situation and Brian got in a fight and his mom tried to get into it and told his mom to sit your ass down. I can fight my own battle. Bronny, we criticizing you. Well, you don't need your daddy to step up for you. How old is Bronny?
20 years old.
Okay. Anybody 19 got criticized? Did Eric get criticized at 19? Pretty sure his dad would have said something. The team rat come in and always get criticized at 19, 20?
Team rat still?
Zobal? Or what about
Vargas?
What about LaMelo? He got a little criticism, didn't he? A lot. We can't talk about Gil, son. Can't talk about Kenya, son. We're not gonna be able to talk about Nick, son. We're not gonna be able to talk about your son. We're not gonna be able to talk about Carmelo's son. We're not gonna be able to talk about anybody's son. What we do? But that's not the first time we get impressed. Kobe impressed him too. Well, it ain't about him no more. It's about everybody getting impressed now. That's the thing now. Oh, you think that's cool? We ain't doing our job. So it's sticky.
Stephen A. said several other players not talking to including Draymond as a result.
Now he's blackballed.
Well, you know.
Imagine that. Don't say a certain word or a certain phrase and we won't talk to y'all. We won't come on y'all show.
And just as a reminder, I think it's 137 days because it's also 100 years old.
So you think God is getting too sensitive? Or that if you respond to what people saying, and everybody got something to say, there's social platforms for everybody to talk and get their opinion to comment. So if you respond to everybody's comments, obviously, well, not everybody. Whoever you respond to, you must respect. You can only respond to those you respect. Stephen A. is he's really important. Every time, no matter what people, you're going to go all out about your child. Yeah. That's just how it is. You don't talk about nothing else to do. But you talk about a kid, that's a sensitive area. That's something he really loves and will die for. You put your kid in the target zone. George Bush did it. Shit, everybody does it. Guess what happens when you vote? Guess what happens when you vote? Did you vote for George Bush? I don't vote. Somebody did. He was president, right? So somebody, why y'all criticizing him for doing what everybody else does? Because it's criticism. It's a word that exists. It comes with it. There's praise.
Yeah, I thought this would be a good place to stop for the first time, chime in real quick. I want to say this to the people. Nepotism does exist. True. Why is it hard for us to understand the difference between corporate nepotism and what LeBron did as athletic nepotism? Why are we not respecting the nuances in those two dynamics? That's a serious question. LeBron James put his son in a position that he was not ready for. And now he's receiving critique. Some would say he's the 55th pick, and of course they're going to go through all of this. And the 55th pick in the draft doesn't deserve this much attention. No. That's not true. This is LeBron James' son. LeBron James tweeted to the world that his son was better than some NBA players. See, Dad put that unnecessary heat on son. You put a target on your son, LeBron. And that's real talk. Now, had you just allow it to be an organic, experience, you kill out of this unnecessary criticism. See, this is what accountability looks like. I will not let you guys skate on the fact that LeBron added this unnecessary heat onto Bronny's shoulders. All right? There is a difference between athletic nepotism, which LeBron exercised, and corporate nepotism. And honestly, if we're not intelligent enough to understand that particular nuance, the nuances within that, man, we don't need to be having this conversation. It is not the same thing. We cannot paint all situations with the same damn brush, man. That is of lower intellect. And we seek a higher perspective over here. Okay? So either you're willfully ignorant to the fact, or we're just not intelligent enough to understand that nuance. So either we're gonna have to learn more, or we're gonna have to cease having certain conversations. All right, let's get back into it. I want to take the time to say that shit. That was really important. That was really important. That's right. Oh, sorry about that.
That's criticism. When you say you want it all, I want it all. You get praise, you get criticism. That's all of them.
I want a better life for my kids. You're
gonna have to accept your kids gonna have criticism. If you're not gonna criticize, who is?
Why are we taking our time? Yo, sir, you had and they were criticizing that son. Do with it. 15 pick. What you mean? It's your job. You gotta deal with your job. What was 15 pick?
Let me Google what.
This that. All right then. Fuck. Why are you criticizing LeBron? You mean you want to know the 15 pick, or you?
I ain't letting that go. I'm not gonna let that go, Nick. That's okay. We don't know. We know who the 55th pick is, though. Due to his daddy once again putting pressure onto him. You are not going to escape that fact. That's going to always be a factor. Let's go. Let's hear this ridiculousness.
Well, you my dog. I'm actually no, but if somebody's like, but your son is in the NBA, they're talking about you as a father, like you're not gonna say nothing back to him. Yeah, what can you say? Yo, you can come. Yo, this is a lie. They put it like that. You're a father. You're at a high school game. You're a father. You're at a high school game. You hear, man, he's trash, man. Get him out the game. That's my son. Right. What else are you gonna do beyond that? That's all you can do. That's my son. What if Dick Vitale's the one doing it? Exactly. Dick Vitale is on the, and I've been criticized by all the announcers. And you know my dad never went to the announcers and be like, hey man, don't be saying that about my son on national TV.
He couldn't.
Fucking up his reputation.
He couldn't.
Don't do that. Dick Vitale, Doris Burke. So because Rafferty, Bayless, so because your dad just checked him. So where you gonna check him? My dad's gonna check you. Gotta go find ESPN. Come on, man, stop it. Y'all playing into it. Don't play into it. You know criticism. Did you ever get criticized as being a black EP? Did you ever pop up and be like, don't do that? Did he say anybody else? Because he didn't know no one was saying something. They just didn't know it. So you're going to have to... But we're not going to check everybody. Like, you're going to check that one person. Like, a parent, you're going to check that one. Not everybody, but that one person, you got to check everybody. Check that one person. Don't have energy for the one person you know you can check. And then you don't have that energy for that person you know you better not even go walk around. Anybody that you're going to hesitate checking. Like, yo, he said it too. The boss goes to him. The boss goes to the boss. Goes to the head one. Goes to the people. That ain't the head one. He worked for the head one. Tell them.
Perfect. I am so glad he said that. Oh man, that's a key right there. Okay, LeBron, now you got to check everybody that's done made critique on Bronny James. Now, if that's the case, here would be a good place to input Stephen A's actual commentary. And you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Check this out. Yeah, so we got Stephen A. Smith. Now this is supposed to be the commentary that got him in trouble with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So let's run Stephen A. Smith, y'all. Let's go.
First quarter.
Yeah, so that was Stephen A. Smith, man. That was the original commentary that, you know, they got LeBron upset. And I want to make this very clear when I say this. I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith at all. But nothing Stephen A. Smith said was disrespectful. This is one of the few times I would have to agree with the general consensus that Stephen A. Smith was doing his job. You know, but that piece of work from Stephen A. Smith got LeBron James very upset. So upset that he, as you saw, confronted Stephen A. Smith during the game. This is during the game. This wasn't after the game. This wasn't, you know, this is like, I think, fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter, something like that. So this was important enough for you to make that type of scenario at that point, that moment in time. So Righteousness is that you got to check everybody that has made disrespectful comments, disrespectful critique on Bronny James. All right. Now, I showed you Stephen A. Smith. Let me show you a few other pieces of commentary regarding LeBron James and Bronny James. Excuse me. All right. So let's get into that. Y'all check this out.
Look, LeBron is a huge baby. The only reason that his son is in this position right now is because his dad demanded that he be put in the league. He's not ready to be in the league. And that's just a fact. I mean, anybody can watch the game and know that. That's number one. Number two, Stephen A. Smith is well within his rights to criticize this. Number three, and I just want to make a political point. If Stephen A. Smith expects to be the president of the United States, which it sounds like he does expect to be that someday, he's going to have to tighten up and toughen up a little bit. When I heard him talk about this morning, I heard someone who'd been backed down a little bit, who had been sort of cowed a little bit by LeBron James. Brother, if you run for president or become the president, you're going to have a lot tougher conversation with a lot more important people. So toughen up and stand by your criticism. But I think in this case, LeBron James, huge baby, huge baby. Okay.
Welcome back to NNL, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Hey, look, Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James have birds courtside. Check it out. Now, I'm not reading lips that good, but I think he said, keep my son's name out your motherfucking mouth, something like that. Yeah, and you know, Stephen A., he took it and sat on down, but he had a rebuttal.
Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody said he called me a bitch, somebody said he called me a punk, and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son. And I saw how furious he was. And I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, all right, go, fine. And he walked away. That's all he said.
Now, in my opinion, LeBron was straight out of line. Huh? Your son is food for fodder. He's a professional motherfucking athlete. He gonna get talked about just like your ass get talked about, just like motherfucking AD get talked about, just like Luka Doncic get talked about. You open season. Your son's open season. You put him in that position. He didn't earn that position. You put him in that position.
Come on.
Now remember that. Keep talking, Stephen A. Man. That motherfucking. Your son's a grown ass man. Let him get up and talk for his goddamn self. How long you gonna baby this motherfucker? How old is he? What, 20, 22, some shit? Goddamn, man. Let the boy live his life. Sitting up there, just don't run up on a motherfucking sports commentator for talking about your son. Don't your son play sports? Well, then he can get commentated on. That's a bully move. He ain't gonna roll. I bet you ain't gonna roll up on Jordan like that. I bet you ain't gonna roll up on Scottie Pippen like that. I know you ain't gonna roll up on Charles Barkley like that. So, you know, yeah, you pick your fights real well. You gonna run up on little tiny ass Stephen A. Smith. You ain't gonna win no hood points for smacking him up. Yeah, go talk to John Jones like that. Yeah, he about your size.
Bronny James is the worst player in the NBA by far. This is his first offensive possession. Let's first note the possession just started. 17 on the clock. Let's also note Bronny James is a 0% three-point shooter in preseason. 0%. Oh, and you have maybe the best defensive player in the NBA guarding you in Draymond Green. Could we at least have Jackson Hayes come set a ball screen right here? So that Trace Jackson Davis, if they switch this, now I've got Trace Jackson Davis a center on me, and maybe I can take him off the dribble. Nope, let's just catch, let's just jack. 0% three-point shooter. First possession.
Dang.
I can't make this up! I can't make it up! The second possession he's in! There is a reason Draymond Green is standing in the paint right now. You can't shoot. You don't shoot 1% from three. You shoot 0% from three. So because Draymond Green's nowhere to be found, why can't I have a dribble handoff with Rui Hachimura here and actually screen Steph Curry? He's going to have to go under, and Rui Hachimura is going to be open for three. Nope, 0% three-point shooter right here on the second possession, rising and firing. Clank, clank, clank. Defensively, just in the clouds. Trace Jackson Davis setting a flare screen. Jackson Hayes does a good job communicating. Flare, flare, flare. And you get up and over the top of the screen. So I'm chasing over the top of this flare screen. The only thing and the dribble's picked up. The only thing I'm worried about is sprinting to Andrew Wiggins. Sprinting to Andrew Wiggins. You got over the top of the flare screen. What is Bronny James doing? Where is he going? Where's he going? Late to close out, 3-shot foul. This is just effort. You are leaving your teammates out to dry here. Spread, pick, and roll. You're on the roller side. I have to lift hard to the top of the key. Sprint to the top of the key. And lift. Get out of the corner. He's walking. Steph Curry right now has to make a decision. If I lift to the top of the key hard, either Steph Curry goes with me, and that leaves Dalton Connect in the corner. Or he stays with Dalton Connect, and I'm wide open. But Bronny James is walking, like he always does. So right now, I'm not lifting to the top of the key right here. I should be right there, at the top of the key, ready to receive that pass. Wide open three, or you can get in the lane, do something. But no, you walked. So you're letting Steph Curry guard both you and Dalton Connect right now. D'Angelo Russell, where's he going to go with the ball here? Turnover. Guess who's walking in transition? How many layups in the preseason does Bronny just choose to not get? Moses Moody is coming to the middle of the floor, not paying attention. That defender's going to have to come and take the ball. If Bronny James sprints, which he never, ever does, this is a layup. Why is he not sprinting? Why? Moses Moody's not looking at you. He's going to the middle of the floor. You're walking. Get layups. Layups. Lakers ball handler collapses the defense by beating his man off the dribble. Bronny James with a nice pump and go drive. This big is stepping up to help you. You know the help comes from somewhere. I'm not finishing over a center when I don't have to. Why is this not a drop-off pass? Why are we not making one more for a dunk? Drop that off. Drop that off. You're trying to finish over a 7-footer for no. Drop it off. Nothing. Bronny James in the corner. He is shooting 0% from three. 0%. Not 4%. 0%. This defender, for God knows what reason, is closing out hard and leaving his feet. Stop shooting! Stop! Pump and go drive into the lane. How is he allowed to continue to jack and jack and jack and jack? Bronny James, now some of this is coaching because the same mistakes happen over and over again. Is anyone looking at film with this kid? Bronny James could be a useful NBA player if he just learned to do stuff like this. The defender beats his man off the dribble. You're shooting 0% from three. 0. You see your man coming to help right here. What? Now this ends up being a foul. Why is Bronny James standing in the corner? Why are you not cutting hard for a layup on a drop-off pass? Why? You shoot 0% from three. What, are they going to kick it to you? Cut for a layup. You stand. It's insane. It's maddening. Cut.
Is he okay?
There is no effort in transition on either end of the floor. He refuses to sprint to get layups. Here defensively in transition. The ball is at the wing. Why are you not sprinting back to the three-point line? Sprint back to the three-point line. I'm sprinting. I'm getting my back turned right at the three-point line. I'm in the gaps. And guess what? I'm seeing ball, and I'm seeing my man who's trailing the play. Look at Bronny James. Walking, isn't in the gaps, has his back now turned to his own man right here, walking, you're not even seeing what your man's doing. Moses Moody, grab and go for two. How does this keep happening? Like some of this is coaching. Where's JJ on this ever? Why is Bronny James always open and that defender's got to take the ball? Why is Bronny James not sprinting for a layup? Why? Score points! You refuse to score points! Sprint! Get a layup! What is he doing? Look at this! And you know what? No one's going to say anything in film the next day. Same mistake will happen in the next preseason game. And then, defensively, is there absolutely no knowledge on how to guard a down screen? You always, this is a cardinal rule. On a down screen, you chase over the top. Chase over the top. You're going up the gut. That is an open three every single time. This is garbage.
So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. This was Stephen A versus LeBron James and their whole debacle. Now, in all fairness, to Bronny James, the video that I inserted was preseason, and I think the young brother's doing a excellent job in the G League presently. So shout out to Bronny, man. We just gonna have a little fun with this situation. But to wrap it all up, my point is, this sets a terrible precedence, LeBron James. It looks very hypocritical, to run up on Stephen A and to make a scene at the game with him when we've had other analysts and sports reporters, make much worse commentary on Sir Bronny James. So it looks rather hypocritical. I think this sets a bad precedence, And I want to say this too in closing. I want to deal with this issue in the community. We're very, very boastful in the community when there's really no need for it. Like, true talent and true skill will always speak for itself. To my black fathers, pay attention. It is unnecessary and it is unrighteous to put undue stress on your offspring. I'm gonna say that again. It's unnecessary and it's unrighteous, man. To pass down stress to your offspring. A lot of men in our community see what LeBron James did as an accomplishment, as a positive. I don't see it that way. We've all heard that you're gonna love and you're gonna respect that which you work for. And see, we know this in the black community. We know this already. But I think what the issue is that, we are so addicted to the effects of oppression that we'll take a win even if it's not righteous. It doesn't matter that we've had to endure generations of nepotism. Don't really mean that we get to do it and cut off another young man's opportunity just because you can. I don't think that's cool at all. If it was my son that missed out on the opportunity due to LeBron James' egotistical flex, I'd be very upset with that. And you would too. You would too. That's real talk. So that's my Regal rant. Man, it's your boy, Rod Regal. I'm signing off this thing. I spent enough time on it. I think I made my message very, very clear to the people. All right? So, we'll put an end to this one. We'll hit you with another one. All right? Peace to the planet.